irrelevant. They all Zoe Camp, it's half white, half melanin. Baby face and a white gold tooth cap. I treat the waiter nice, she love that. I mix the blueberry pie. It's not what I wear, it's how I rock that. If I can buy that twice, I'll cop that. Sweet 110, spot that, chop that. Tryna lock me up, tell her it's not that. I'll do the he say, she say. Getting no delay, run it like relay, bro. You ain't got it like this. In my part C straight, big fur jacket from eBay, looking timeless. I gotta let my skin fade marinate. We gotta toast up, celebrate.
It was once just an idea until breaking ground in November of 2016, and now here it is in all its glory. Spectacular SoFi Stadium here in metropolitan Los Angeles. Today we've got a Week 8 matchup on tap here, as it'll be the Miami Dolphins taking on the LA Chargers. Lurching closer toward the midway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. And this will go as a touchback, and they will begin things at the 25. A quick throw here out to Brown. Oh, look at the juke. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
And let's face it, that what we just saw there, not a surprise, is it? I mean, this is what he does well. And if you don't tackle him as soon as he catches the ball, this is the end result. Big yardage after it.
Got the speed, the agility, so good with run after catch. And only in the first quarter, so they better get a wrangle and a hold on that quickly.
Yeah, you're exactly right. What's really difficult to try and defend him is if you want to press him so that you get him on the ground quickly after the catch, a lot of times he'll just run past you at the initial point of contact, and he'll go deep.
He'll try again with the arm here on second down. And he's got it to Patterson, complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. Back to throw again. That's out to Hill, right side complete. And the Dolphins are going to be looking at first and goal as they move this down to the 4-yard line.
Boy, no problems getting down the field here on this opening drive. They've looked really sharp in the early going, and they've come up with some big plays already. Here's another that's going to set up first and goal.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
Mixon is not going to get a whole lot, maybe a yard down to the 3. This Charger defense continuing to hold the line. Now it's a 3rd and goal situation. Not liking the look. They'll change the play. Mixon again. And not a whole lot there as they get him down at about the 2. Only a yard that time, so now a decision to be made here on 4th and goal. Defense didn't budge on 3rd down. Now what are we going to see on 4th?
We are soon to find out, but does this feel like old school football or what?
Oh,
right?
Yeah.
This is an old-fashioned goal line stand. I know what I would call on offense. I would go for it. I want some type of a play where my quarterback has a chance to run it or throw it. I don't just want one static play.
And on their first drive, the offense staying out there. They're going to go for it on 4th. Oh, they'll run the option right. And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. A great effort there. Scoring on the 2-yard keeper. And the Dolphins' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. The PAT up and good, but hold on a second. There is a flag. And that flag accepted. After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. Herbert and the Chargers now with a 1st and 10, just shy of the 30. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Gets around him. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first.
Defense gives up a touchdown the opening drive. Offense, you got to want to get out there and get those points back right now.
And that's a sharp throw there to get this drive off to a good start. Herbert changing things up. On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. And he's got his man in stride, complete. Calling a gain of 3 on the play, and that's going to bring up 2nd down. The Chargers sitting at 5-2 on the year, and they've been playing well, really well. I mean, winners of 5 of their last 7, but losers last time out.
And last week, they took one on the chin, but to me, this is a pretty resilient bunch. So I don't think they'll dwell too much on that loss. And they'll be looking to come out in this one and make amends right now.
Well, now they'll try the end around. And he works free. And he's across midfield and into Miami territory. Hands it off out of the gun. And he is going to have the Chargers 1st down as that'll be a pickup of about 5 as they convert on 3rd and inches.
Plenty of things to talk about here, partner, but to me, their defense gave up a touchdown on the first drive. How about how they're responding, coming back? That's a big 3rd down pickup to keep their drive alive.
On 1st down, Justin Herbert. Right side, he has Johnston. And it appears we have a Charger shaken up on that last play. More from L.A. in a moment. From the 42-yard line, here's 2nd and 9. Herbert now. He'll let this go deep for Collins. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, it was not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
The line to gain is the 33 on 3rd down. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he's got another 1st down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 29-yard line. From the gun, they'll try to run it. And he put up a good fight, but he's going to be taken down behind the line of scrimmage. So their task a little bit more difficult now. 2nd and 13 that they're walking up on. Herbert. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Kelvin Joseph. And the Dolphins are going to take over once again at their own 37-yard line.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. And you figure this should be a healthy, arrested, a focused unit, and they're working on it.
Oh, and a bad throw there. It's intercepted.
And the Chargers are going to take possession here at their own 47-yard line. So good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 on their side of midfield at the 47. He'll rifle this one deep right side. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. Picked off by Jalen Ramsey. And the Dolphins are going to get possession of the football as time will run out on this first quarter of play. It's Dolphins football here as we begin the second quarter, as they get set to start their drive with a 1st and 10. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
Here's 2nd and 10. To throw again, Scott. And that's caught inside the 35. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Back to throw. Scott. Dropping this underneath with Herbert. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. On 1st and 10, it's Herbert. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. Operating from the gun, Scott. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. Their mobile, agile quarterback with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Dolphins go up by 2 touchdowns.
Nothing like understanding where your escape hatches are as a quarterback. Here he's looking, but he knows he doesn't want to force anything. So when nothing avails itself, he slips past the rushers, takes it right up the middle, and takes it into the end zone.
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. The Charger drive about to get going. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively, obviously. 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how...
On Herbert, his 3rd interception. Picked up by Javon Holland. And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line. To throw is Scott. Throwing to start the drive. Open man downfield is Hill. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. A gain of 32 that time. So now following the big play, they've got a 1st and goal all the way down at the 10. Looking to throw. Scott. And he'll go down. Brought down at the 20-yard line. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. Well, that's not how you hope to draw it up there on 1st and goal, CD, by taking a sack like that.
Well, they tried to be aggressive, didn't they? They didn't want to try and work their way past the goal line. They wanted it right there on that play. Unfortunately, it backfired against them. Now they have to try and pick it up here moving forward.
That is caught by Waddle. Touchdown, Miami. Jalen Waddle with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Dolphins take a 3-touchdown lead. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And that makes the score 21-0. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. He might take this all the way. He will take this all the way. Touchdown, Chargers.
That was a special return, and it happened because he's a special returner. He has to have that approval from his special teams coach's head coach to bring it out of the end zone.
But let's be honest, a lot of times when they bring it out of the end zone like he did there, they don't have approval. I mean, I think a lot of times they do, but correct me if I'm wrong. Sometimes it's just a guy getting a feel, right?
You're exactly right. What's the old adage? Sometimes you just have to know when to break the rules. And if you do, you're taking on some responsibility. But he was happy to do so there.
And we will not see an attempt to match that return touchdown, as this will be a touchback and bring it out to the 25. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles' defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Give him 15 yards on that one, and the Dolphins have a first down. Back to throw. Scott. Flush to his right. Got him in. It's Brown. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. Another nice gain. 13 yards that time and another first down. Okay, so now the question, how did he get that wide open?
Well, we both know that he shouldn't because from the time they handed out scouting reports before this game, he was circled, starred, everything. Find him, cover him. But sometimes you can scheme a guy open. You put the receivers in a bunch. Maybe you move some motion. Maybe you put him on the backside of a formation, and all of a sudden you've got a better matchup. Every now and then, the offensive guys, they figure a way to get him open, even with everyone keeping eyes on him.
And that's certainly a guy they want to keep trying to scheme open. A nice job there on the escape and scramble. A first down, a 16-yard gain. Operating from the gun, Scott. Back in the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete. Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it, and it's second down. He'll get that out wide to Waddle. He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2. Eighth play of the drive forthcoming, and they need 8 yards on third down. Well, Charles, something we talked about last week, when you start believing whether you're in the midst of a special season or not. Well, now they're at 6-0. Are you still trying to tamp down the expectations in that locker room?
Well, to me, it's less about tamping down expectations and much more about not getting ahead of yourself as a team. And look, they've got to play each game individually, right? Many teams talk about being 1-0 at the end of each and every game each week. To me, you got to understand.
And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. Joe Mixon, his third rushing touchdown on the year. And the Dolphins are able to add on to their first half lead. Sanders on for the extra point. He's got it, and the lead swells. It's 28-6. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. The Charger drive about to get going. Charles, you're down multiple scores, less than a minute left here, but with that deficit, they've got to try to at least work their way into field goal range to try to... And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Cam Smith, and he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive. Scott. This goes out wide for Mixon. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. The Miami first down, that one going for a gain of 11. Looking to throw. Scott. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up. Scott now on 1st and 10. Flushed out right. Pass complete. Joe Mixon out of the backfield. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see.
That's a big league job there of getting out of the pocket, not panicking, and just buying himself some time. Then he made a good, accurate throw to set up 1st and goal.
Here's Scott operating from the gun. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Well, Brandon, we see why it's a team game there because there's a sigh of relief that they just released defensively. If he's able to get that one away, that's likely a touchdown. But instead, that pressure from the front got to him and forced the incompletion.
You're right. He had him open just a split second too late on the release. Now Scott. A final shot before break. And that is caught. Touchdown, Miami. A great play there. In the final seconds of the first half. And the Dolphins will extend their lead here just before halftime. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And the rout is on here in this first half. So barring a touchback, this likely the final act of the half as the kick is away. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter. The Chargers going to get the football first here in this second half, and they trail as we get back underway. And this will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
The Charger drive about to get going. CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history. That's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And, partner, you know, as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl, a 25-point lead late, that wasn't enough to put someone away. But that being said, this task is near impossible. Let's face it. And bottom line is, it officially becomes impossible if this possession is an empty one.
It'll go as a loss of about 6, and now it brings up third.
Crowd right.
Here's Herbert. Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
Well, they certainly aren't letting up today, partner, because they've forced big turnovers already, and it's been incredibly tough for them to get yards.
And from their own end zone, it's a fake. And this is incomplete. A huge gamble, and it does not pay off. They fake the punt. It doesn't work out. And now, boy, the ball's going to go over on downs here inside the 10-yard line. Back to throw. Scott. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Nothing open downfield, and he had to get that one out in a hurry because he just knew he was about to take a big shot. Probably couldn't get his legs into the throw. Became an all-arm throw trying to check it down to his running back. Incomplete.
Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well.
Well, the great coaches said football is really a simple game. Rush theirs, protect yours. And he's talking about those guys throwing the football. In this situation, the rush won, hitting the quarterback and forcing him into an incompletion.
He's got it. Touchdown, Dolphins. Tyreek Hill from 8 yards out. And the Dolphins have taken a 5-touchdown lead. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. The Charger drive about to get going. Well, we're still in the third quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable. Now, a win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles, but I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
Well, when the running game's not working, sometimes you just got to take a few more chances down the field. That's a good effort, but it winds up incomplete.
And now here is another interception. And he's able to get it back to right around the 27. Scott throwing on first down. And he'll complete this one to Patterson. So the completion good for 7 there. And it'll be second down. Operating from the gun, Scott. And Brown's got it for a Dolphins touchdown. From 21 yards away. And the Dolphins are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line. So bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision. Loses him about 4 yards. The Charger drive about to get going.
Well, it's a game that they would rather probably forget about, at least to this point, Charles. And one reason is turnovers. A turnover on the last drive. They had the issue in the first half as well, and that's really, unfortunately for them, helped to put this game out of reach.
And you know they won't want to admit it to themselves, but we know that winning the game is pretty much out of the picture now. So their bottom line is, how do they play a clean game the rest of this one, right? Take care of the football, no more turnovers, and see how that works.
They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete.
And there's another stop. One of the league's best defenses is certainly bringing it again this week.
After an incomplete pass on second down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Here's Herbert. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down.
He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over them.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
Here we go on 4th. Herbert.
He's going to get that to his running back out of the backfield.
And he is going to have the Chargers first down, and they come up with a big one there to keep the drive moving and then some. 4th down conversion plays, you usually think 1, 2, 3 yards, maybe 10. Not there. What a huge pickup as the Sticks make a drastic shift forward.
Herbert jet sweep as he taps it forward. Down the right sideline.
And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. 25 yards that time.
Just a simple tap pass, but it pays off in a big way.
And sometimes the simple stuff causes the most problems for a defense because there's a breakdown in communication there. When that receiver goes behind the line of scrimmage and it looks like he's going in motion, someone either has to go with him or he has to be passed off to another defender. Somehow they didn't get that communicated well, and it turned into a nice play.
And quickly they get to the line. Here's Herbert now on 2nd down. And a throw right sideline is complete.
Herbert going to change the play here.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he's in for a Charger touchdown. Taking it in from 4 yards out.
And the Chargers are able to eat in just a bit to this sizable deficit. Well, he finishes off the drive with a touchdown run, Charles. Remember, he also had a catch on this drive as well.
And that's what running backs want to be in today's NFL, a complete back. 3 downs, stay on the field, run it, and catch it. And he gets it done.
And they'll have Herbert try and throw for it.
Escaping the pressure right. And it's incomplete, but a flag is down here, so hang on. Let's see what we've got.
Well, Charles, sometimes we talk about the lengths officials sometimes go to protect star quarterbacks, but that was tough to argue against.
Yeah, and I'm sure that everyone's going to say, hey, we're going to administer the penalty the same way for all quarterbacks. But when it's a star back there, even more so are they going to be diligent about throwing the flag.
Herbert and the Chargers staying put. They'll line up and go for 2.
They'll look to throw. And no, it falls incomplete. So the 2-point conversion, no good. And it appears we have a Charger shaken up on that last play.
I guess the last score wasn't enough for them. They want more. Here comes an onside kick. And the Dolphins are going to recover. The risk-reward of the onside kick, when you don't get it, the risk comes out to play, and here they gave up great field position.
And that's the key to everything, because you're trying your best to press advantages when you have them, and field position leads you to that type of play calling. And whether you want to blitz or whether you want to throw the ball deep, those types of things, now that they've given up that type of field position, the advantage is switched to their opponent.
Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Patterson. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. So now, following the big play, they've got a first and goal all the way down at the 10. Operating from the gun, Scott. Touchdown! Joe Mixon. He scored on the ground and through the air. And the Dolphins get another third-quarter touchdown to add on to that lead. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. The Charger drive about to get going.
Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball, and it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard.
That time, multiple defenders getting pressure, and it's a loss of 6.
And we all know how talented this guy is who's calling the signals for him, but even the best in the game, they can struggle against a good, cohesive zone coverage. Can't find a gap in the secondary quick enough, and he ends up taking a sack.
That's caught by his tight end, Evan Ingram. And they're going to get him down well short of the first, as he can only get this to the 30. On 4th down, Herbert. And the Dolphins rush gets home. Down he goes. So they elect to decline it.
And why not? Just go ahead and let the play stand, and they'll take that.
Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. To throw is Scott on 1st down. Eluding the pressure right. And he's going to lose yardage here, as they will switch ends as time is run out on this third quarter of play.
Back now at SoFi Stadium in Inglewood.
And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. A very one-sided affair. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Operating from the gun, Scott. This will be caught by Brown. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. And the offense moving quickly to the line.
And now they'll shift things around.
Mixon with a first down carry. And this play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back to the 15.
Well, things obviously not going their way. Trailing here in the fourth quarter, and that penalty going to go ahead and give the other side some extra yardage.
We all know it's an intense game and things can get heated out there. That's part of the battle. But bottom line, you got to keep your cool. That was not an example of doing that.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Well, their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy, because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit. But as far as the actual need, you and I both know they can just run this clock out.
And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. An 8-yard touchdown run. And the Dolphins add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. This will be returned from deep in the end zone. And they're going to start in a hole as he's brought down at the 11.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
The Charger drive about to get going. Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
Now yet another incompletion here as they fail to connect on third.
Even with such a big lead late, the effort hasn't lapsed one bit. If the offense wants to score some points in this one, they're going to have to earn it. These guys are not giving up anything.
What is this?
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on fourth down. They're going for it.
Crowd right. Go. Hey, ram.
They snap it to Herbert. Now a deep one for Johnston. And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by Javon Holland. And a terrific return as he takes this thing all the way down near the 20-yard line.
They'll take over first and 10 at the 21-yard line.
Let's go now.
Scott now on first and 10. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
As a defensive back, you have some weapons at your disposal that we don't often talk about. And you can read the receiver's eyes, you can read his hands, and you know that the arrival of the ball is imminent, and that allows you to make a play on it and oftentimes knock it away.
And he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18. The offense on third down, they've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. Operating from the gun, Scott. Touchdown, Dolphins. Tyreek Hill with his second touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season. And the Dolphins are closing in now on a 7th straight win to start the year. The PAT would extend their lead, but there is a flag on the play.
Jason Sanders to kick off for Miami.
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. Herbert going to lead up the Chargers here, 1st and 10 at their own 18. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And not a whole lot to speak of there as they'll bring him down shy of the 20. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
At the 19-yard line.
Back to throw here, Herbert. Throw over the middle into the hands of the tight end, Parham. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A gain there of 30 big ones. Defensively, I know they have the comfortable lead here in the 4th, but they do not want to give up big plays like that.
They want to finish strong. So oftentimes in this situation, you tighten up underneath in your coverage, and you bring your safeties back, They can pick up anything that leaks through. But in the meantime, upfield, you're making plays on the football.
Now a deep one for Johnston. This is caught inside the 15. And all the way in for a Charger touchdown. Quentin Johnston, 52 yards. And the Chargers get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this fourth quarter deficit. And CD, they just haven't had a whole lot to cheer about here. But it may be cliche, but give them credit for this. They've continued to fight and scratch and claw, and they get the touchdown here in the fourth quarter. And now here is another interception. Picked off by Jerome Baker.
Well, as most teams do in their two-point attempt, they pass the ball. Instead, it gets intercepted, and remember, if you pick it off, you get a chance to take it all the way back, get 2 points yourself, right?
Yeah, not the case there, but that's why you got to be really careful with those throws, especially to the outside. And the Dolphins are going to recover. Well, fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And picked up by the Chargers. And they'll start with great field position at the 41-yard line. He was under duress, surveying, trying to find somebody to get the ball out of his hands. In the meantime, the defense, they took it out of his hands.
And when the ball snapped, I know exactly what the defense is thinking. Get a sack, put him on the ground. But when you can also knock the ball free while doing so, oh, there's the bonus for you as a defender.
And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Cam Smith. And the Dolphins are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. CD, I mean, they have just been scoring at will. It's been score after score after score, and a lot of times we use the term blowout for a lopsided ball game. This has kind of gone past that. I think we're in historic territory right now.
You nailed it. Historic territory. Perfect phrase for what we are watching. If this were a movie, what kind of rating would we put on it? Who would you allow to watch what we're watching right now? Let's hope this one gets over fast, because this game, well decided a long time ago.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. A real letdown defensively. That was 3rd and a bundle, but they allow the conversion. On 1st down, Scott. Open man downfield is Waddle. He's got it. And he's going to get this down inside the 5 before he's out of bounds. It's a big play there for Miami. 59 yards. Looking to throw. Scott. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. The Charger drive about to get going. Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
2nd and a couple. Justin Herbert looking to pass. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. This is caught inside the 15. And somewhat of a measure of revenge as he's in for the touchdown. But they still trail big time.
He'll take it, but he won't be able to smile about it.
Well, CD, they just haven't had a whole lot to cheer about or really grasp onto in this game. They've been dominated, but at least they get a late touchdown here, something positive to put on film for tomorrow's session.
Yeah, they're still trying to execute, trying to get some pop.
Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. It's caught inside the 5, and he gets into the end zone. We'll give him credit. They're not going to take this deficit lying down. They get too closer here on the fake extra point.
So after the touchdown, here's Dicker out to kick this one off. Now this is going to be returned from the back line of the end zone. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. Well, CD, you and I do a lot of games together, but it is pretty rare that we do a game of this margin. I mean, this has just been total domination from start until now, and I don't think they're going to take their foot off the gas at this point.
Do you think that on the sideline, some jokester said to one of his teammates, maybe a few of them, hey, we're up 50. Why not go 400? You think maybe that line was uttered on the sideline? I can't believe what we're seeing here. An NFL game this lopsided.
The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup.
Well, they have been unstoppable this afternoon, Charles. They just went after them from the start, and pass plays like we just saw. They're continuing their dominance here despite the big lead in the fourth quarter.
And that they have in every way. And plays like that across all phases of the game, they've just been effortless for them in this one. And that's what's helped them build such a large lead and allowed them to smile as this game continues.
Now it looks like he'll throw here. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Well, I think it's pretty evident that any blowout isn't going to be big enough for them. They're already up 7 full touchdowns, and it's still not stopping them from throwing it deep downfield, taking their shots, trying to add more points.
They'll let this go deep for Waddle.
This is caught inside the 15. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
Well, business as usual for them. Well on their way to another victory. Riding a serious wave of momentum from what we've seen. And so far, they haven't met their match. So if you're going to play this team in the future, your mission is clear. You better be ready to play and match their firepower.
Well, trailing here in the fourth quarter, and that personal foul, that only adds to the hole that they're currently standing in.
Yeah, absolutely a bad job of just losing your cool and letting your anger take over. Mistakes like that, not going to help you at this stage of the game.
And he will make it back to the 15, and that's it. Good coverage there by the kick team.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
Herbert on first down now. He's going to let it fly. And got his man complete.
And it appears we have a Charger shaken up on that last play. More from L.A. in a moment.
A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. Now Herbert with it looking to pass. And this is caught. For the moment it's a touchdown, but multiple flags down, so let's sort this out. They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. Now it's Herbert. The throw out wide going to be incomplete.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
2nd and 20.
Herbert now. This is caught. Well, they get one back. Picking up the late touchdown here, but still down big.
And yeah, that touchdown counts for their team, but I think it counts more for the fantasy guys, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's just something maybe positive to look at on film, but this one's over, let's be honest.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one.
59, 59.
They'll try and throw for it. And they don't get it. They tried for the two-point conversion there, but unsuccessful. Now, after the Dicker field goal, he's back out, ready to send it away. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And it's all but certain that this win streak is going to extend another week. Just another tremendous performance in this one. And that closed up quickly there as he gets it up only to about the 17. Tackled that time by Derek Hall. Back to Mixon on second down. And he'll be taken down here, and that is how this one is going to come to an end. Well, fans usually love to see scoring, and there was no shortage of it today. What a dominant showing from an offense that was truly playing at an elite level in this contest.
Partner, this game was over a long time ago, and you noticed they did not want to slow down anything. Absolutely a dream scenario for everyone on that offense, and they took advantage of every second. Guaranteed popcorn for everyone in their film session.
So for Miami, their winning ways continue as they get it up to 7-0. So that's a wrap for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, and this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com.
Just like I've been smooth for so long, I'm trying to get rough. Buffing my nails, dog, I'm trying to get buff. Shaping my beard up, I'm liking the scruff. The hills, cause I'm living my life in the cut. Can't imagine that I'm gonna meet my wife in the club. We gon' see though, I feel like she more of a CEO. Or maybe she doing volunteer work in Rio. It's not like I need her, but I would love to meet her. Another day, another dollar, another phone with another feature. I don't play goalie, but I'm my brother's keeper. Surrounded by family, I'm not with other people. They say I got my pop's demeanor and mother's features. The garden's still private as ever. The gang thriving together. Your boy striving to be the most dominant ever. The hardest white boy since the one who rapped about vomiting sweaters and hold the comments. Cause I promise you I'm honestly better than whoever came to your head right then. They ain't cut from the same thread like him. They don't study doing work to get ahead like him. They don't toss and turn in a bed like him. Cause they don't love it. 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 I've been laid back so long, I'm trying to get turned. Searching my name, dog, that's how you get hurt. Being likable, I'm trying to be unbreakable. I just realized that this whole game is takeable if I want it. And I do, yes, I want it. I don't care how you feel about it. I do what I want it. I used to look up to the people that I'm moving in front of. It's not that crazy anymore. My city used to a come up. Bryce and Jack G. James is up next. The rest is up to me. These lames is upset. My peers get upstaged. The fans are obsessed. My city is upcoming. His people are oppressed. And I'm gonna change things. I'm up at Carmichael's trying to get on the same page. I heard about the rapper that you claim was a mainstay. They had a nice run, but they